Hi again. Thank you for joining in on the 10th video of the series. Hope you watched the previous ones and you enjoyed them. If you have, you know I'm Jaime. I'm an EMDR, CBT, and ERP therapist. And I'm also the founder and director of the online therapy clinic. So, if you like this video and you haven't followed us, follow us, like us, share us. And today we're talking about why pushing those thoughts away keeps me stuck. If you remember from the drawing we did a few weeks ago, one of the key elements that we identified that people tend to do a lot is about pushing unwanted thoughts. And by now, if you follow the series, you know that fighting the thoughts or pushing the thoughts doesn't really work, right? We have explained why, explained how our mind works, and how the more we focus on trying to stop something, the more it comes back. So I thought, let's put a nice, quick, short video on why this is the reason, why this happens, right? So, and I love you to join in. I love you to imagine this as I'm talking to you, right? So I like you to think of an inflatable beach ball, right? Think that you will be in the beach, you'll be in a swimming pool, and imagine you are in that pool, and you have a really large inflatable ball. And now imagine that that ball is one of your thoughts, or all your thoughts, in fact. Or you can imagine there are 10 balls going around, and there are 10 intrusive thoughts, 10 intrusive urges. So what I'm going to imagine is I will like you to pick one of those, and I'm going to ask you to try to push it down. Imagine if you've been on holidays, you've been in a beach, you've been in a pool, you know how difficult it is to be pushing those balls down the water, right? And now I'm going to imagine to think the effort that you will need to put, not just only to submerge it, is to hold it down when all that air inside the ball is pushing back against you, right? And you're there on the top, going sideways, going backwards, all this hilarious, and you carry on. All that effort you're putting to push the ball down. Now, when you're doing that, I'd like you to imagine that ball is your thought, right? And that's what has been happening. And last video, I asked, how long have you been pushing those thoughts? Has it worked? Has it changed? Do they come less? Do they come more? Are they more intense? Is it working for you? So the same now. I'm going to ask you, can you carry on pushing and keeping the ball down throughout the whole rest of those holidays or that time in the swimming pool or the beach? You could try. And of course, at some point you're going to get hungry. At some point you're going to be tired. At some point you want to do something else, right? So you're physically engaged and mentally engaged in it. And there is that effect on it, right? So there is an effect of what happens. So what happens is your attention is only looking that ball. And you're not looking the wider pool. Maybe this is light, maybe there is something else, right? Which means your focus is only on that. That ball you're pushing down, and it keeps coming back, it keeps fighting against you. And that is exactly what happens when we try to push the thoughts away. So you'll be wondering, why does then the suppression or trying to erase these thoughts doesn't work or backfires? What you're doing is you're actually staying close to the ball. You're staying engaged with the ball. You're staying close with those thoughts. You're monitoring, you're wrestling, you're pushing them, and that keeps that ball, the thoughts, the urges, the emotions alive. It just gives them more and more power. And just like the ball, the harder you push down, the forcefully goes up. So once again, what's the alternative? It's let them go. It's about letting that ball float away on that pool while you enjoy something else. Sometimes the ball will be away, you won't see it. Sometimes the ball will just right here. We can still let the ball pass when it goes and stop trying to control the ball. And you'll find that more often than not, the ball maybe depends on the wind and so on, but it will be the same with you. Depending, your wind will be if you're in good mood, bad mood, if you have live events, pressing. The ball will come and go as and when it needs to come and go. So it may be reducing the times that comes and goes. And the most important is when it comes, you'll have a different relationship with the ball. And over time, we want you to shift from fighting to observing. And that's where we aim on therapy. And with ERP, that's where it naturally happens. We are observing rather than fighting. Like a background noise, as we said last week. So it doesn't mean that you like your thoughts. It doesn't mean that you agree with them. It doesn't mean that you're not longer giving importance to them. What it means is that you now are not longer letting them manage your life. And that's how change begins. So I hope you enjoyed. Share it, like it, comment, any questions, no doubt. This is Jaime. It was lovely to talk to you today. Thank you.